let's kick into it.
So we're heading there outside the Balthazar.
I can lead you in if you need a reminder.
Give me a reminder of like literally, did you live in the last session somewhere?
Yeah. So we left off the last session with, all of us waking up, and there was a dragon, and he was like, "Hey, I'm a dragon. Do you need a ride to this appointment?" And Jophiel and Eve were like, "Hey, yeah, we want to go to investigate this cave, and also we want to meet this Eddie person."
Now we're how to train your dragoning.
Yeah, that's literally how the last session ended. You said we were how to train your dragoning this bitch, and that's where the session ended.
Did I actually say that?
Yeah.
No.
So we are, unless anything else happens.
Special.
Unless anything else happens.
We're riding a dragon.
Yeah, we're riding a dragon.
We're riding a dragon. I'm visualizing right
It's pretty fucking whimsical.
I assume that the elephant is on the underside again because can't pick up.
Yeah. So you two are soaring 400, 500 feet above the ground right now. Very, very far above. If you fell, well, let's just say it's 7 seconds of heaven. To heaven, I should really say. However, Jophiel is carried in the claws beneath. We've got Eve resting at the front near the dragon's neck, as well as Iollus in the middle, and actually Lilac is in the middle. Iollus is holding her so she doesn't fall off the side.
Oh god, you my Christian name?
Yes, I can.
Damn, you government named this bitch.
Yeah, Mel, sorry, it was your last name.
Doxter?
Yo. No.
Cut that out.
Lilac Melodia is in this.
Damn.
Very no. But yeah, you guys are sailing. It's like a crisp morning air, and the sun is just sort of starting to rise. It's very late sunsets here, so it's very late sunrises. And you guys are coasting above. You can't see the cave. It's within the Luminarch Wilds. But this journey from where the dragon was is roughly about 80 miles an hour in the sky. Well, he's a young.
Don't have to get exact.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it. You get there in time.
You guys get there in time. We're there. It's still morning by the time you guys arrive.
I will say, so Mel will like tap Iollus and like point at the eye, and point at she'll do a lot of pointing and then just sort of like sigh, realizing that communicating information is tired. She'll point at the cave, point at herself, shake her head. I assume you remember that Loveluck said that she can't go back to the cave. That was like a big thing.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't go back to the cave.
Specifically Mel, because if she does, she'll lose her eye access.
Right. Yeah. No, that would be fresh in his mind. I do have a weird question. What do the woods smell like?
So the woods smell very, you can almost smell the cinnamon off the barks.
Oh, it's one of those.
But it's also still very woody. There's some birch dappled around. Actually, it seems that a lot of the trees, what was previously mostly brown isn't actually at this time started to sort of, the birch starts to poke out. It's not how actual birch trees work in real life, but as the seasons move on, the bark of the trees transitions. So now things are starting to, it's a little bit, just a tiny bit. Some of the tree bark's looking a little bit later brown, and some of it maybe a little bit white even, cream colored.
I got to it.
The trees look like cinnamon rolls.
Whoa.
Sort of. It's still that normal, autumn reds, oranges.
I'm saying the bark though, right?
Bark.
'Cause,
bark looks like cinnamon
going-
rolls. It does tend to kind of smear and swirl a bit, the tree bark. You guys descend into the forest, describing you understand the trees, what it looks like, and you find yourselves laid down. The dragon sort of puts down Jophiel, flaps a bit, and then descends some stealth, putting his tail down so that you guys can follow down.
We get off the dragon.
And getting an idea of where you guys are, you don't really recognize where the cave could be from here. You're sort of confused. Can you guys give me a nature check or a survival roll?
Alright.
Damn. Okay. Nothing for me.
Same. 8.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, I have to roll
Please,
for you too,
please
right?
roll for me.
Natural 20.
Dang.
I was paying. Iollus was really paying attention because he hates the fact that we've been lost half of the time we've been wandering around.
And also, he's been here before,
Yeah.
so maybe he just remembers.
So Iollus had Balthazar drop off pretty much exactly where this cave is and where you have it memorized. You sort of recognize there's a certain pattern to the trees specifically, and you do recognize a lot of the tree roots that are in the ground that haven't moved, and you understand its positions as you stand on top of the brown grass.
So
The cave isn't here.
yeah, I was about to say, there's no cave?
There's no cave. Normally the cave is supposed to be sort of just entering the forest, 100 paces in. And you see it right in front of you, right around a tree, just right next to a tree, and it's one of those things that kind of bubble up and descend to the floor, but
Okay.
you just can't find it.
With my nature check, does it look like it's been like covered, like someone shoveled dirt over this, or does it look like it's been grown over? Like where the cave used to be.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, come on!
Because nature,
I want to look at the. I'm trying to see. Is the flora?
You'll figure out why I said this in give me like 10 minutes. You'll figure out why I said this.
Okay. Yeah. Investigation.
Yeah. 7. You got 7.
7. Great.
You got a 7. What did you get, Mel?
Oh, you wanted me to roll 2? All right.
Investigation.
I'm assuming you pick up on him looking around, so you look in as well. Or else I can just do exclusively if you don't want to roll as well. I mean.
No, it's fine. I just wasn't. You said investigation?
Investigation.
Yeah, that's a 17.
17.
There's nothing here.
Mel.
You sort of follow her. You sort of follow behind. You seem like she seems to get a better lead about everything around you do. The eye seems to be catching on to some things. You also pick up the fact that like you're where you're supposed to be. It's very familiar here. There's just nothing here. There's no tracks. There's no moved dirt. There's no grass hanging around. There's no tree. There's no barrows anywhere. There used to actually be adjacent to the cave. There used to be a gopher hole, and that's not there either. It's just brown grass.
Mel's going to stamp her foot where the gopher hole was.
It feels like you just put your. Well, actually, you stamp your foot in the gopher hole.
Yeah, it's there, right?
Are you looking at the gopher hole? You
Yeah.
see it there? Okay, yeah, you see that you put your foot down on the gopher hole.
Yeah, Mel just walks into the wall where the cave is.
There's no cave. There's brown grass. There's no cave.
All right,
anymore.
so
You're trying to find the cave right now. It's just not here.
So Mel doing that, Mel stamping the ground where the gopher hole is, and she finds it again, right?
Yeah, there's no gopher hole. Like,
there isn't.
where you thought the gopher hole should be, according to like whatever mental.
Okay,
mind
I
map
misunderstood you. I thought you.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, she stamps down, and nothing happens.
Nothing happens. So there's literally no cave formation here, and you're investigating to see why not.
Yeah, no, Iollus is gonna turn to the dragon and say, "Are you sure this is the right place?"
Give me one hot second. I don't have a specific stat memorized because the dragons are very different creatures than human beings are.
Like this is the place, right? Like you remember this being the place.
She looks at the like path that we took down to the town and like nods.
How do you unbuild a cave?
She creates an illusion and then like dissipates it and then shrugs.
Can I?
So you asked what do you ask the dragon?
That was him.
I asked the dragon, "Are you sure this is the right place?"
Well, this is where you guys pointed me out to go, So I just kind of dropped you off here.
You were for talking about the cave earlier.
Yes, the cave.
The cave.
So if you're,
That is where we are
I
going.
could have misspoken. So what are you referencing? What point? Listen, I talked a lot. All right. What point of the conversation are you referencing that I know where the cave is at? Because this one's a different cave.
This is it's
You told me to go here, and I went
It's
here.
a different cave.
I was just trusting you. You told me to go here.
I'm sorry. Sir, there are 2 caves.
There's a few around here. Yes.
Just big rubbing temples.
So he's saying this isn't the cave that they were talking about?
If you're talking about the caves that the children used to go into with the last conversation,
Yes.
The cultist cave and that cave are 2 different ones.
Oh. We were under the impression that it was the same
Yes.
one.
So I'll have to listen back. Maybe
Yeah.
I gave you that impression, but maybe some redaction, maybe some implications from you guys.
No, it's
were
funny.
used,
I think
but-
what happened is he said there's a cave where this happens, and we just went, oh, it's that cave.
Yeah, I think that's what
I
happened.
remember there was some discussion about thinking like maybe it could be the Hag Cave too.
But yeah, no, he's going to like rubbing face, and then also looking around and
I mean,
Hold
I've been looking around. I mean,
There's also no cave around here.
can I roll a? Give me a d20.
8.
Well, I've looked around myself and I really just can't find anything.
No,
so
but
it's
why did you bring us here? There is no cave here.
because you were talking about this as cultist cave, and you guys specifically gave me
Yes.
directions to bring you here.
Yes.
That's one of those implied things. You guys had to tell them where the cave was.
Right.
And, so I
Ceres,
I
no.
brought you here. I don't know why the cave isn't here. You have to tell me why not, because I've never been here before. I mean, I've traveled over it, but I've never been like right here in the the trees forest floor. So it's up to you guys to really figure out where the cave is.
He's gonna look over at like Yophael and Eve and like, I apologize. The cave was. I left it here. It was here. Like he's gonna go over to like the mound and like kick at it a little.
There's it's actually flat. The mound is what the cave used to look like, and there used to be this cave, huge like 4-foot tall cave entrance. There used to be
Now
a
it's
mound.
flat.
It is now. There's literally no mound on the floor. It is flat, just forest floor.
Kicks at it a
You
little
can,
bit.
do you start like sort of kicking at like with force where the
He's
cave
trying to,
used to be?
He's trying to like, yeah. Is it still down there and just
Where?
flattened out?
Tell me how you're approaching where you find this out, because if you're just approaching,
Like trying to like dig some dirt up. Try to like.
okay,
I swear to God, it's here.
give me. So the cave was actually the entrance of the cave did run down into the floor a bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the cave entrance is probably the only thing you can see above floor level.
Above ground.
So when you go into the cave, it actually disappears into the floor. So with that in mind, just a refresher, how are you approaching finding this cave that's now gone and you can't find it? Are you just punching the floor,
He's
digging
trying
around?
to intuit, like, alright, if you just shaved off what isn't here, where would there still be an opening underground? And he's trying to, like, dig away at where that... Honestly,
Give me an intelligence check.
he's trying to walk over and, like, stop. It's like, is this hollow? Is there hollow
Give me an
underground?
intelligence check.
Is your intelligence
Plus nothing.
11?
11.
So with an 11, you locate where the entrance should be, and you've walked a couple paces into where there used to be an entrance. You put your foot down hard, and roll and give me attack. Give me
Want me to attack the ground?
I guess it's just a 1 damage thing, because you're only gonna roll for
I could roll athletics.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay, athletics. That will be +2.
13.
Nice.
So you put you punch your foot into the ground, and your heel digs in with the metal on the boot. It's just solid ground.
Oh, okay.
So I just
It should be hollow, like about like 2.5 feet under this to like maybe 1.5 feet ish should be cave roof.
Do I have
Doesn't seem like there is cave roof here. You're not seeing anything. You're not feeling anything either.
Do I have a shovel? I don't think I don't know why I would have a shovel.
You have a sword.
I
Mel,
don't.
What? You have a mace, right?
Mel like sees you like going to like actually excavate this and walks up to you and holds out the note from Eddie. She's gonna point at that, point at herself, point at the town, and start walking there.
Okay, I guess.
And then she'll like turn around and be like she goes over there, she like she takes her fingers and mimics her walking over there, takes her hand, mimics her yapping, and then mimics walking back.
I mean, I don't know what else I'm to do here. There is no cave.
I believe Mel has a rather good idea. We should probably visit Redwall.
So I
But
see-
let me... Where did you say the cave should cave in again?
right here.
I'll give it a whirl as someone maybe a bit heavier set than you.
I will not take offense to this.
Well, he'll walk over, and every time he walks, there is like... This guy's...
Dummy
If you want to know exact numbers, you have to roll for it, but this guy seems very heavy.
He looks very heavy.
But,
Canonically the biggest ass in Kepler.
alright, so far!
So far.
But
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
you just see the Iollus. Anyways,
I should, actually. Where are they?
Gotta go deep down for that, buddy. So,
Oh, I'm going down. And I'm going deep.
Iollus is feeling freaky. Anyways, so walks over, puts his fan on the boat, and Yophiel actually jumps into the air.
Oh, that was Yophiel. I thought the dragon was
Give
just
me-
gonna,
give me-
claw.
Yeah.
Oh, my man's
Yeah.
gonna ground pound?
Yo.
And he, as he descends,
Cannonball.
You roll a d6 for me.
1. Uh-oh.
So as he descends, he puffs down. His gets actually an inch and a half into the floor. Seems like solid dirt. Like packed all the grass in there.
Wham!
Literally, yeah. And just the puff as he lands
Can
there.
I-
I don't think this is hollow at all. Normally, I cave things in if it's not too strong.
Also, there was a cave here, and I know there was, like, 2-3 days ago, and the fact that there is grass here now,
Is it just
definitely unnatural.
was the cave sort of closed off? Is it only a
No,
room?
very,
Is it,
very big
was it-
entrance right here.
Well, and you enter the cave. Do you have to
Down.
leave, or can you go through? Is it a cave long
I
one?
don't.
Is it...
I am. There were other tunnels. I did not proceed down them on account of
Okay.
And he remembers the spider guy and just shudders. Complications.
Well,
Perhaps there is another end, but I would not know how to locate it.
do you know where that other tunnel would be?
That is what I just said, and I would not be able to locate the end of it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's just one route, right? There's just like a little entrance, and then a big room, and then a little entrance into a different room, and then a little entrance.
So yeah, the cave is
down.
just little cave entrance. Walk in, big room, and then there's another room that you might walk through a doorway for, and then for that room there's another like hallway, and it just goes
down. Yeah, yeah.
So I guess we should probably head to Redwall. I think so
I mean,
as well.
there is nothing else to do here.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I was talking. It's fine.
I thought you were done. You said, okay.
No,
I apologize.
That was just because Iollus is bigger and it can talk more than me doesn't mean I don't have anything to say either. Okay.
Fuss?
Okay.
No, I can't hear you. You're all the way down there.
I said we should go to Redwall as well.
Oh, okay.
What about?
You all look around. Mel has been gone for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that.
Oh, okay, so let's catch up then.
I guess we start walking to Redwall, right?
We do want to start walking.
Everyone failed their checks.
So, yeah, I should probably pick you guys up and get you guys over there, right? I mean, wait,
I think that would be a very bad idea.
It's true, it's true. Humans do tend to hunt for sport, especially Redwall. Well, not really particularly Redwall.
I met
Redwall's a weird
less
cultural...
than- How many racist people has Iollus met so far?
Redwall's actually pretty diverse.
But on this whole quest.
Human,
5.
gnome,
5.
two-headed person at a brothel or something. Oh, not brothel.
It's not a race.
That's
a deformity.
Oh, okay.
I see. Well,
Which was wild that they're doing it. I have met no less than 5 people.
Or is it a race? Who knows?
Whoa.
Whoa! Two-headed people race. Whoa!
I'd buy it.
We walked to Redwall.
Important question: do you catch up with Mel or not?
Iollus tries to.
Mel
Well,
is
wait,
Mel
okay.
is actively trying to get there before you.
Oh,
Why?
So she's running.
She is not marathon running, but she is like 2 notches up from power walking.
Redwall is.
I think you said it was like 1 or 2 hours out by foot. Last time we left the cave to go to Redwall, which was session 2. I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but you know who cares? It takes an amount of time.
Redwall.
Hold on, no.
Redwall's far
I'm
away.
so wrong.
Redwall
is the other town. I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of
Green Springs?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Starts with a K, yeah.
Oh, Caledonia.
Yeah, so I think that's so funny.
That's like a half-hour walk.
So
out.
I'm gonna be real. I feel like I made that mistake. Mel would too. Mel goes to Caledonia or starts like 10 minutes into it and then realizes, wait, this isn't the town I'm going to. I have no idea how to get to the town I want to go to.
Yeah,
and just sort of like annoyed, like
my
walks back.
Do we know how to get to Redwall?
So we know how to get there from Caledonia, but I don't know if it's like between. Or...
It's you guys could. If you guys gave me, depending on how awful your intelligence checks are, you could probably piece together what it's like to travel on foot versus horseback.
We don't. It's whatever. It like we get there when we get there. But yeah, basically what happens with Mel is like she disappears and then walks back as soon as you guys start to leave. Like, oh yeah, I have no idea where I'm going.
So you guys, it's the morning.
Yeah.
Think 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You guys walk, the sun rises, the crisp air burns away, the noon sun sets, you're sweating. It starts to crest into afternoon.
Uh-oh. He said to me it's at 11.
Yeah, so...
Well, okay, wait. Before we get into that, Mel might have an idea of what the dragon, actually.
Okay.
Because, like, she can make
it would take you literally, for a walk, 10-ish hours.
Christ, yeah, no.
It's like, on horse, it takes you about, like, 5.
Yeah, so I don't know how this would interact with Jophiel, because he has to be on the bottom, but she can cast invisibility on a different entity.
A different entity.
Okay. And, like, if we... Like, I don't know if this is how the spell was intended, but if we go with the logic that we have been, where it's, like, she's using lights to distort the person,
it is a metallic
if you're looking
dragon.
if you're looking up at the dragon, you wouldn't be able to see anyone riding.
We're helicarriering.
I'd be willing... Give me a dummy good Arcana and give me an intelligence check.
Oh, can we use Charisma, which is my spellcasting modifier, please? And not my negative stat?
Right. Give me your...
Wait, why is she rolling?
So she's trying to apply...
A creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends.
She just does that.
It's a creature?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think size matters, to be honest. I can still roll if you want.
Yes, creature... Okay, so you, upon offering this idea to Balthazar, the invisibility will work, especially with my consent. However, just due to the nature of... I have an instinctive sense that just due to my nature as who I am, I'm not quite a creature like you're saying, but I'm creature enough, so if you're good enough at what you do, it should work.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not from the natural cycle of life, so...
And he's about to say something, and he looks over at Jophiel and Eve, and, like, back towards the cave,
yeah, we're
and just...
sort of a band of misfits around here, really, but, I don't know. I wasn't there when I was popping out of the egg, and honestly, I left that egg behind, and I didn't look back. So I really don't know what it's like. However, I just understand that how normal life begins, and... well, ends. It's just my entrance was not a part of that cycle, so I just don't feel like this would work all too well, but this is, if you want to give me a spellcasting attack, I'm going to use that.
Okay.
However you get, we're going to figure out how well this works.
Alright, what is that for me?
It's a metallic dragon, and due to the nature of your light reflective flavoring for your character, you have advantage during it.
Okay, so to be clear, an attack would have proficiency.
Nice.
Yes, you can add your proficiency.
So
He's
that would be
to this.
2 plus 2
4.
with advantage.
Yeah, so plus 4 advantage.
That is an 18.
18, alright. Seems like you've got enough magic to work this out to me. You will be able to cast invisibility on the entire dragon.
Let's go.
And as long as you... Invisibility in this world isn't a... Think of it as a force field wrapped around the perimeter boundaries of your body. So as long as you are behind the invisible dragon from the sky perspective, you shouldn't be able to be seen
You're bending the light
through the dragon.
Yeah.
However, unless you have invisibility cast on yourself, or your invisibility spell suggests that you can have your creature, you can have the person, 4 other people with you, and yourself also invisible, only the dragon's invisible for this. So, if you do descend off the dragon, you would understand that you will be visible on top of the floating on nothing. So,
yeah. And, like, for posterity, I am using a sorcery, whatever the fuck, to make this a non-verbal components because I'm Mel. Only lasts an hour. So like.
Do we get there in an hour?
So a horse.
Also important, like as soon as Mel leaves his proximity, he becomes not invisible anymore. That's not even like a spell thing. That's just like the logic of how it works with Mel.
You have to yeah.
So how on the wings of a dragon? How fast is it from the cave to Redwall?
You guys get there. It takes a bit to ramp up, but when you guys are in the sky now, you guys are like tall right now, right? So about 2,000 feet. Enough to see the atmospheric blue shade of the world beneath you.
Wow, okay, so getting hard to breathe.
It's cold, and this is where he Balthazar will describe, this is where he likes to be whenever he wants to go fast, right? So, because it takes an hour. So you guys notice the momentum shift, because previously maybe he was going like a nice 25, 30 to get to the cave. You guys are going about 90 right now.
Cruising.
Cruising. On the back of this. So you guys are clamping
down.
How
does Jophael work with this?
Jophael has
like
tiny
he's on the bottom.
Jophael. So he's got tiny ice crystals forming on the leaves on his hat.
Mostly I'm talking about the invisibility.
Visibility. So Jophael's actually on top.
Okay.
Now, that's just how that would have to work. But you guys figure that out naturally. So you guys are traveling very fast.
Oh, yeah, no, just like...
And you're cruising, and you guys get there in about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Redwall's about 30 miles northeast of Caledonia. So it's you guys get there, so about going at 90 miles an hour, you guys get there in like 25 minutes.
We are actually going to have to solve the problem of like dismounting with this dragon.
Yeah.
You guys will have 35 minutes by the time you reach towards the outside of Redwall to figure out sort of landing mechanics or whatever.
So what happened was, when we first met the dragon, it was outside Redwall.
A couple hundred. You guys were like a couple, maybe like 2 football fields away.
Right. So we can just like, Mel will just point down to like where we met him, and he can land and just like walk away until he's out of eye shot, and then he can fly away.
Walk out of the woods. Yeah.
What's making that noise?
That's outside.
Oh, it's raining.
It's beautiful, right? It's raining in real world too, so we got some atmosphere.
Is it raining in?
Yeah. So you guys, you don't notice this as you guys descend a bit, sort of through a cloud.
Oh, back through the clouds.
It's very low clouds just due to the nature of the weather right now.
Right.
But you guys, on top of the dragon, give me a strength check, and then give me a constitution check.
I'm gonna ace both of those. I don't know why I said that.
Good luck.
My con is actually really good.
Oh, seriously?
Of course it is.
Good for you. That's true.
Spellcaster.
That makes sense to me. Spellcasters do not have good con.
So,
but
to be clear, do you mean
spellcasters do?
Do you mean a saving throw, or a check?
Give me a strength saving throw and a strength constitution saving throw too.
Okay, so for Mel, that is a 9 on strength and a 12 on con.
I get +4 to both.
Okay. That is a
Give me
11
Give me the math.
for strength and a nat 20, 24 for con.
Who did you roll up for?
Him.
Him? Okay. He's fine. He's on there. You guys are holding on tight. Can you roll 2 more d20s for me?
Oh no.
Okay. That's a 14 and a 9.
Okay. And then give me 2 more rolls.
8 and 10.
Balthazar above the clouds that are low right now sees it, listens to you. Coming right up, get ready for free fall, and proceeds to peregrine dive.
Prepare for
down.
Titanfall.
You, Mel, and Eve
Yeah.
instantly float. Roll me. You have an opportunity to catch her.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Give me roll for Iollus. Give me a d20. This give me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Give me an athletics saving throw.
That's not a saving throw.
No, give me not a saving. Give me an athletics check, I should say.
+2.
God, it's been a while.
That is a 16.
16. Got it. Yeah, you float up. Iollus catches
oh
you.
no.
Holds you down. Iollus is gripping with his legs right now. And then give me another d20.
Those meaty wonder thighs.
19.
And then with
Plus,
Raphael,
I'm sure
Eve,
a big mod right
Eve,
there.
Eve throws up.
Trump.
Actually, she like flies really far. So she he last second ankle grabs and then starts to slowly pull, and then once he gets far enough, he puts a hand here and starts to hold the dress down, gentlemen, and then pulls her into basically sort of his hand, so that, and he's holding onto the dragon. You guys are now plummeting at about, I'd say, like 150, and this is rough. You guys fly through the weather cloud. You take a point of damage as you feel you take a point of damage as you feel nothing. You take no damage as you feel thousands of water droplets, high impact your armor, and it just sounds like metal BB shotgun shells being shot against metal plate. And with Jophiel, with Jophiel, it sounds like someone shot a bullet into the dirt.
Water isn't a damage type, is it?
Well, as you guys are moving very fast, and the water's very
No, I like this is unrelated to the Is it a damage type?
Not a damage type DVD.
Okay.
No,
Never mind.
There's only cold damage.
I was going to say that something with the crystals happened, but I guess it just wouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
Unless it's particularly cold water.
Particularly cold
water.
Well,
it's cold.
It's not. Yeah.
But it's not frozen.
Yeah, but you guys plummet through this cloud, close to the forest, very fast, and you guys descend. That was awesome.
I assume they spread their wings out.
And stop straight into the earth. You guys find the cave. No, I'm kidding. No, you guys, it explodes, weeds out, descends. You guys give me one d20 strength saving throw.
Each?
I just total.
Uh-oh.
Saving throw? Wait, for who? Who rolled this? Wait, hold on.
That's a 3.
Give me another one.
Wait, who's rolling this?
12?
Okay. So, as you guys see at the bottom, he is diving, gets really close to the floor, like 100 feet out, and then just decelerates very fast, and then hits the floor, and it about to draw. Is like, ha ha! Just how I like it. You guys have smacked into the back of this dragon very hard. Roll me a d4.
2.
Everyone takes 2 points of damage as they smack into hard scales from going from 150 to about 0 in about 3 seconds.
Whiplash.
Also, all of your organs are liquidated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Sorry, what's the problem?
He rolls off and hugs the earth.
Give me that's a good point. That's a lot of momentum going on right
now. Mel,
give me 2 more D4 checks. D4 dice. No! That's a really good reminder. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Seth. We take 6 more damage.
So 2 plus 6.
2 plus 4.
2 plus 4, 6. Yeah. So 6 damage total.
No. 6 more damage.
So you guys take 8 damage total.
Yes.
As you feel your bruised organs set back in their stomachs after you push yourself off this dragon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Eve has a bloody forehead after she smacks her head into the side of this dragon's skull.
Iollus does not say that because he's fucking unconscious because all the blood left his skull.
Yeah, that's kind of funny too, because like from Mel's perspective,
nothing happened.
Absolutely. Like, she's watching this like someone watching a fucking YouTube video of a roller coaster, and then all of a sudden she just passes out.
And then, whoa. So, yeah, Iollus does.
And then she suddenly wakes up vomiting.
Oh, yeah, he rolls off the dragon, wakes up, spews everything, and starts screaming. Because the last thing he saw was plummeting towards the earth.
So, Yophiel actually is... You'll see... Balthazar, after you guys wake up, is currently trying to placate Yophiel, who is, by surmising what the conversation just was, whacked the neck of the dragon hard.
Ooh.
After And so he's sort of like the tail be tucked between. The dragon has his tail tucked between his legs. Eve's in Yophiel's left arm, and Yophiel is currently walking off. And
God, I have a funny thing.
Do it.
So, Mel vomits, and like as it leaves her mouth, it disappears.
what does that mean?
Because of the ring.
That's true.
Where?
All self status effects in this universe is a literal like barrier around like the perimeter of the body. So it literally exits her mouth. You see it. It gets within like an actual centimeter out of her mouth, and it disappears
Into sparkles.
Literally.
Yeah. So Mel like stands up, looks around, nods, gives the
It
dragon.
goes into water. Actually, it turns into like it's a visual purification where water comes out. Very specifically, it just goes.
Does
Mel-
Mel piss
Precipitate.
clear water?
Mel doesn't piss at all.
Fair enough.
No, I mean like she does, but like it gone immediately.
Yeah. Well, as you just said, does it just get purified into water?
I hope not. I hope that's not the lore, because like she can't tell when she's
No.
peeing.
Never mind, I didn't think about that. Anyway,
It's
no.
It just
Nah,
disappears.
it
It
just
disappears.
disappears.
It just disappears.
It's not. I shouldn't be nitpicky with it. It's fine.
Yeah,
Now I have to create a dimension for it, bro.
The
That's why I thought about the dimension. I was like, I don't want to have a prestidigitation dimension only, bro.
Piss
so I'm gonna have it's gonna purify, bro. It's what it's gonna do. And then I'm like, no, I'm bringing.
I could be completely honest. I always just assumed it was like immediately like fucking deleted,
It turns to nothing, bro. Anyway,
ejected into deep space. Anyway,
That's true. That just gets deleted. That's
She-
what we're going with.
she. It's also the funny idea that like we've established rafters. It would be kind of funny if that's where it all went, because it's just like a junk pile.
all the
That's how you know.
The piss dimension.
Anyway,
Why do you think rafters exist?
Oh my god.
Mel, perfectly fine with the course of events, like walks over to the dragon, pats him on the leg, gives him a thumbs up, and keeps on walking.
Glad somebody liked it. I thought that was rather fun myself.
I feel like I'm dying.
Dragon starts to whistle and starts to.
Walk off.
No, Iollus is still on the ground. He is.
You start to notice. You start to notice the dragon is looking to the right where Yophiel is, like with the kind of like looking forward and looking to the right through like the side of his eyes, looking to the right again, looking forward to the right again, sort of
Fucking Muppet meme.
sort of waiting for Yophiel to say something in response to his goading. A couple minutes now go by. Yophiel walks back, lifts up his hat, looks at the dragon's eyes, and with a finger he points, and then takes his hat off and flicks it and puts it back on his head, and then he walks away from the dragon. We should head to Redwall and say goodbye to our dragon for the time being. I won't be forever mad at you, but I will be mad for now.
Everything inside.
Do you understand what you did wrong, Balthazar? Do you understand at all what you've done? Listen, I'll be real. You guys are my first time here, so I'm just trying to be. I thought it was fun.
First
I'm
are
a
always
dragon.
rough.
Who wants to?
First time's always rough. Now everyone's insides are scrambled.
Well, that's why they call me Bad
Clip that.
But all points considered, I can take that into consideration. I do forget that you guys do not have the structure that I do for flying, and I'm sorry I sort of failed at recognizing that. But we seem well. We're not dead. I am so sorry, Eve. Thank goodness you're a cleric. The bruise on her forehead's gone.
I'm still
the gash
dying.
on her.
I'll also just throw out there, since this isn't the first time it would have happened, now Mel is just actively walking away now.
Yeah. No, he's trying to claw himself to his feet and follow after.
Roll me 3d20s.
What?
If Mel just walks off, then I'm trying to see if you
11.
could. Well,
18. 19.
19. So 11, 13, and 19.
18. 11, 18, 19.
You guys all noticed Mel walk off.
Right.
It's a flat 10. If someone just walks off not trying to hide themselves, it's just a flat 10 in terms of passive perception. So you guys notice.
Again, basically power walking.
Pretty much. We will, Eve, if you wouldn't mind treating the group for a hot second here.
I will be okay. I just need the world to stop spinning.
Eve will mutter underneath her breath, clasp onto a holy symbol that has paper wrapped around it, and you all feel so much peace.
What's the range on that?
As it's 30 feet radius. So when did you start walking in relation to?
As soon as she was
done patting the
stable.
dragon?
Yeah.
You don't get the healing. So you're a couple.
Which
you're,
is fine.
You're a couple
Again,
100 feet
actively
away
trying
this
to
time.
reach town before these two.
Yes. So you guys. So roll me a d8.
8.
8. All right. So you all heal 8 hit points as you guys take a 10-minute powwow after being absolutely flubbernuts.
Awesome.
Oh, see,
And-
I'm not. No, I have to follow Mel.
You follow them out. Okay.
Well, okay.
So it's-
Does he have to take a break? Like, could you all walk while?
you guys walk very slowly as you make your way
He's trying to catch up to Mel.
Is he trying to catch up to Mel?
He needs to stand in the way of this walking hurricane.
Good to know.
I
I need
mean,
to narrate this better. Hold on.
I will say, you would know why she's trying to get there first.
Right? Yeah. Well, no, that's a good point.
Because she said, "Hey, don't tell them about Eddie. I
Right,
need him."
yeah.
And now she's
wanna-
trying to get to him first.
So you know what? We will walk all as a group very slowly.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep you back here, Iollus. I just...
Oh, it is.
As long as we keep it slow, I should be able to maintain the spell. It's just normally we take this during a break.
No, that sounds good. Actually, walk as slowly as you would like to. I think that is a very good idea.
Good to know.
Also, Eddie did specifically say, "Hey, when you meet up with me, like, be low key, right? Don't make a lot of noise. Don't make a lot of attention."
Give me a d20 roll.
19.
Iollus, why aren't you telling me what you're really feeling?
Huh?
You're hiding something from me. You should really... I mean, I don't mean to be impolite when I ask
Sudden
this, but
extreme-
I'm a little direct with when I ask questions. I just picked up something. I just want to talk to you.
Sudden extreme internal panic as he realizes he has to lie to this person.
Oh boy, especially after, like, there was like a specific point in the past conversation where you lied to them and then like told them that you lied to them, and the elephant was like, "Oh, hold on, don't you lie to me? I don't like that."
Don't you lie to me!
You really like that.
Why are you like... Sorry, you reminded me of like Moneybags from Spyro Heroes Tale, bro. And you're like... And I just, for some reason, I did not expect the mental fusion of Moneybags and Nicholas to coalesce.
Yeah, no. He's still wearing his helmet because.
You can take a second to think about your lie here. It's alright. Got the stats.
No, I would like to take a rest with our group because it would be good to regain our vitality after that event that we shared together.
Give me a deception check. Yeah.
I'm gonna assume I get nothing to this.
Austin, as a GM,
Oh no.
I'm so sorry
Oh no.
for having to figure this out, because as a GM myself, I don't know what I would do here. He rolled a natural 20.
And I have a +1.
21.
Hold on. Can I change my answer based on the roll? That feels weird.
Give me a
Or
answer.
we
And
could
if
start
I
a
find
very
it-
funny running gimmick of Eve just being terrible at spotting people lying.
If you give me a reformed rhetoric, and I will see if I personally agree with it.
You know what he says when he finishes that and he stares at her and he sees her obviously not believe him and he says,
You just seem like you're hiding something, you know? It's alright.
"I landed on my genitals.
I'm so sorry to ask you that personal question. That wasn't my
I
intention
want to
to
walk
do.
very slowly. It hurts.
Yeah, honestly,
It is alright. I did
Listen,
not want
you're
to
not
share
you're not
this
alone
group.
there. It hurts for a woman too, but well, let's leave it up there. It's like a two uncouth. But yeah, you guys actually walk forward. That's really
That's a solid lie, actually.
you're getting inspiration.
Woo!
Alright, you now get. Oh, what is this? Is this inspiration?
You're gonna have to remember that, Seth. I can't keep track of
You
your
get a
sheet
free
too.
dice reroll.
I will say, Iollus feels very bad about lying to them for that.
You gain inspiration.
You get inspiration. That was really good. Yeah.
Yay.
It's just the mix between who she is as a character, her personality type, and then what you said. It just works really well. So you get inspiration.
I want you to know he hated every second of that.
That's all right. Well, how bad do you hate it? Because you want to ask again.
Oh.
Did you lie to me back then?
Do you want to see my genitals? They're bruised.
Dear God, no.
And he knows it'll work, and he hates doing it.
Mel,
Every aspect.
You guys are walking over, and you get there.
Mel, for her part, after she was kind of like power walking because she didn't want to seem too suspicious. But after realizing that they weren't catching up with her, she's just running now.
Right now, so you actually get
Because
there.
like also she doesn't want to be in the woods alone.
Right.
Yeah. So you see the town. When you were about maybe like a minute walk out, and then you started to run. You're rapidly closing the distance. You get there in like 20 seconds.
Let's go.
Or what are you wearing?
She is wearing the outfit that she was when the game started, albeit a bit more tattered. So she's wearing, I didn't put the art on screen. I can just show you. But basically wearing the top and pants that her art show, and then on top of that, instead of the nice poncho that she has yet to receive, she's wearing her tattered old poncho. So this. Then like a ratty, torn, lots of battles poncho on top of her with like a hood up. This is the nice one that she hasn't received yet because we've been waiting for the blacksmith or the weaponsmith, armor smith guy to finish it. So just basically woman wearing hood.
What are you doing with the glass ball?
As per usual, she is holding it.
Holding it?
Yes.
What is the established visual range of that ball?
Normal for
human
people?
eyesight?
Yeah.
So, you're not keeping it like 500 feet above the town or anything like that?
Oh, no. If she's going into civilized area, she's just gonna hold it like it's like a, I don't know, like she's holding a bowl, I guess.
Okay. And this is just a literal crystal eye that's like a fascinating magical stone.
Didn't we have it that was
And
like
it's about
under
this.
her poncho?
And it's the size of a bowling ball.
Sometimes.
Are you just holding it, or is it underneath your poncho at all? This is suspicious for just common people.
Yeah, she can put it under her poncho. I think what I had it before was like she'd like hide it in like the small of her back, where like her poncho trails behind. But then the problem is she can barely see out of it. I mean, this hasn't really been a problem before. In this town specifically, she's just been like carrying it around
In her hands.
Yeah, like on her hip or like with two hands.
All those narrated sessions. I was under the impression that it was underneath your poncho.
Then in that case, like,
I mean, if I said otherwise, then I'm gonna I do have to legitimately like correct my mistake there.
But the point is, whatever conclusion we came to back then, we had it in a way that it was obscured and she could also see.
Obscured in a way that we could also see.
So whatever solution that would be.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Give me an Arcana check and a sleight of hand, and we're gonna fuse those together into a new DC roll.
Arcana is 8.
Oh.
Sleight of hand is nat 1.
Damn!
Womp womp.
So the only place where you would be able to, with the cloak, is have it hidden, is that it does trail off towards the back of your thigh in the bowling ball. It doesn't get in the way when you walk.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to see through the bottom of the cloak, and since there's no light shining on the eye, it actually fairly obscured because the natural color of it is black.
Sure.
However, you rolled an 8 and a 1, and the DC was 20 for a combined roll. So
Right.
as you,
That's awesome.
so you can see you are approaching the gate. You believe it's hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Because you only have one way to view it, and it's out through the eye.
And also, like, this is, assumedly, this has worked before, so.
Right, you have no reason to.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So.
I love hearing that.
You look at a coin flip.
I could just roll a die.
Give me a D4.
Okay. 4.
You approach the town. The guards look at you, and it's like, "Hi, miss. You've got a."
Oh, I missed ya.
Shut the fuck up!
I missed you.
I miss. What's that between your legs? It looks like there's some creature there. Yeah.
Damn, does it?
I'm so. Listen, I don't mean it like that. I'm sorry there. Do you mind if you step to the side? We have to check if you got any unverified baggage here. Sorry, it's just there's just one guy here up at the front. It looks like you're hiding something.
She will raise the poncho and like raise the eye with it so that like it hides the eye.
So you slip. So the eye is originally when standing. Eye is here, looking between the legs. Poncho under it. So you just pull the poncho up. You slide it up the back.
Yeah.
That's another sleight of hand.
Give me a sleight of hand. That's a little slick, my boy. Okay.
Don't roll another natural 1, please. 16.
So you do that. It's all right. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to harass you there, but just had to be so. Do my post. And the guard sort of walks out. What are you? He nudges him, and there's some whispering, and it's a fucking creepo. And there's a guard that walks up behind him. You hear some brief.
I don't hear anything actually.
God listens and hears that for the narrative audience.
Mel does not.
Mel doesn't hear.
And since she's the
But
only
the guard,
character
there's a
in this
new
scene,
guy and he's getting harassed for being a pervert.
Yeah, dude
Anyways.
really just went up to this woman and said, "Hey, what's that creature between your legs? Let me see it."
Yeah, I think Mel realizing, okay, clearly this isn't working. She's going to minor illusion other fabric folds from the eye in front of the eye.
Genius.
That's W. All right, okay. You walk into the town unharassed. Doesn't seem like anybody's stopping
Anymore.
She was harassed.
you. You are moving towards where?
She gets into like the town square and looks around like, man, he didn't give me a location. What time is it? Is it? It's kind of hard to tell the time with the clouds,
It is
but
9 in the morning.
all right. Well, I'm 2 hours early, I guess. Hopefully he's here early because the cave disappeared. She's just gonna, honestly, she's going to. I know you said it would like take a month, 1 week ago in universe, but like I paid for it, If it is potentially ready, she will go to the weaponsmith and like, hey, can I have my jacket? Because we did pay for it in full at this point.
Pay for him, but you gave them the sword, right?
Yeah, pay for the sword. He said, yeah, I'm finishing it up.
Yep. So you travel there?
Yeah. She'll just walk and see if that's like she'll try and bide her time by doing that.
So you walk through the city streets of Redwall. There's actually some between the week here. You join a transitory period. A lot of the stalls that seem to be more open roofs and wooden have been draped in animal cloak. So a lot of the wooden roofs have big skins. They're hairy and they hang off the sides, and you'll see that they're wet. And due to the rain, you'll see water channel down the hairs off the sides and down onto the street corners as well, where they'll gather mud, and it's still muddy everywhere, of course. But it seems like there's some sort of citywide weather development over for the season that's incoming.
Yeah, Mel will like hold out her hand and like watch from the. Or I guess she couldn't do that, so I guess she'll just like hold it down like by her midsection and like watch the water drop down and kind of just frown and then keep walking.
Sorry, so that's really poetic music there for just reminiscing.
It's good music. You should play the game.
I should listen to the music.
Oh, or that.
Well, play,
like,
Mike.
like, honestly,
Yeah,
it's
play,
fair
it's
enough.
good.
Like that's.
It works.
I love the music.
So you make a core melancholic memory of Redwall, and you permanently place it in your heart and your locket of memories. And you walk towards the center of the city. Walk towards the blacksmith. Actually, what seems to be there. Same sort of situation. He's actually got a sort of a Yule wreath, something like that, sort of made out of pine branches, and they're knitted together. And there's a red ribbon on it. It's sort of very like weird. You've never seen it before.
Yeah, Mel upon entering the shop, is it just him in there?
It's him in there with someone holding what seems to be sort of 2 water buckets, and it's a woman with a white towel over top. She's wearing a classic like peasant name.
Yeah, she peeks in and then like dips out for a second, picks up the eye and walks in because like she couldn't talk to him over the counter if it's between her legs. So she'll just upon entering, she will have the eye in her hands, holding it.
She can't talk to him anyway.
Last time you didn't have a conversation with him.
Last time she was
talk.
there, but she basically
Iollus was talking for you.
Yeah.
Iollus isn't here now. What is our solution to this? I can't talk and I must speak dilemma.
Well,
I have no mouth and I must speak dilemma. That's the better joke. Sorry.
Kill him.
I mean, if there's a problem, I'll roleplay it out. But I kind of assume since I already paid for it and she's seen me before.
She walks in and points at herself.
She walks in and gives like a.
Do you actually
quick
walk in, wave in, and then point at yourself?
Not the last thing, but yeah, she'll walk in and like wave, like, "Hey."
Do you guys remember the voice I gave this guy last time?
So the funny thing is that the first time you voiced him, it was completely different from the second time you voiced him. So let's just keep it going. Let's give him a third voice.
He's a role player and he's me in the universe. Anyways, so
no, just voice yourself. Be Austin right now in this moment as the Black.
Hey, so
no.
Okay,
it's not me. It's not...
That's fine.
No.
Hey, how's it going, fair lady? You're here for the cloak, right?
She nods, and he would know that she can't speak. He's mentioned it.
I sort of figured that. Hey, dear, would you mind disappearing into the back? I actually have an order ready for this lady here. And she walks out of the booth. She sort of not with the booth. She walks into between the desks that he's working on behind the wait.
Into the back
in front of the work section, into the back room, disappears from my sight, comes back, and it is this black studded with black studs in there cloak, uniquely fashioned to the design you gave him before.
The art is on the screen.
Draping down her arms. She holds it out in front of her at the shoulders of both Flixen, saying, "Well, mighty impressive work here, dearie. Very good." And she sort of puts it into the blacksmith's shoulders and is like, "Well, I tell you to work ahead. I mean, you guys have no idea what you gave me. That's sold for. Well, let's just say I paid the shop off." And
yeah, she thinks about that.
There was an interesting fellow who walked in here to pick it up. It's something. He had a black robes. Do you okay? Just for this, I'm gonna just the last time I asked this. Do you, Nicholas, remember how I described? As I described this character, it looks like one of the uniforms that the Royal Purples people were wearing when they came to pick up the Manticore head. Do you remember how I described that?
Oh boy, I sure don't.
There when we were torturing the elf, the drow.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah.
So there was a fellow walking in here, and it was sort of more of a gray and a green sort of motif on there, and sort of a helmet on there with a sort of a green vines hanging off the side of his helmet there. So came in and bought the thing off of me and decided to just pay for the shop. I was saving up for next month's payment, but I just decided to work on that thing completely. I spent I was a happy camper, so I didn't sleep for 5 days. Yeah, so I got it done. But do enjoy. I really appreciate it. You guys have been a very, very significant blessing. I mean, come back whenever you want. I am your benefactor when it comes to weapons and armor making, all right? Do come back. I know you can't talk, but he walks up to you, grabs your hand, and starts shaking your hand.
Yeah, she's just been nodding along with a concerned smile on her face the entire time.
My God, your eyes are interesting. Okay. Anyways, it's not my place to judge you. You are stunning and beautiful in all the right ways, and the soul that's much more important.
Getting harassed everywhere.
No, unfortunately, this one is working. So not even because she's into him, but oh, you are praising me. Okay, this is the first time I've received this in years.
He hands you the cloak and you pick it up with your arms.
She will genuinely smile at him and give him a little bow, and then honestly, she'll probably just whip off the poncho that she's wearing right now. So probably pretty careless of her, to be honest, but he can see all of the crystals spiraling around, the eyes, all the weird shit.
Go on, try it on. Don't worry about me, it's alright, I'm not a judgmental fellow.
Yeah, she'll try it on. Her AC goes up by 2, God bless.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll give him, I keep on saying she gives a thumbs up. There has to be a better, what's the fantasy thumbs up or okay sign?
You give a hearty.
No, that's a little bit too dwarven.
That's There's still some. You can give like a thumbs up, but like you can give a. If people in this universe will do this, like in terms of like a good job thing, you'll see.
Yeah, sure.
There's also
an audio medium.
An audio medium.
What, the surfer head?
Everyone
Well,
does
see,
the
it depends.
surfer.
This is a place of shifting cultures already. Some people.
No, I love
the surfer bro.
I love the surfer. What's up? My dad does that constantly.
Yes, yeah. She gives him the surfer. What's up?
Yeah, that's great. That's this universe's Mecha Jesus. That's just a thing now.
There it is.
Everybody, hang tens.
You have your studded poncho cloak.
Yeah, and she throws up the hood,
AC is
and
up now.
walks out. I imagine that took like 5 minutes.
It took you 10-minute walk to get there.
No, I mean the conversation.
Conversation?
Yeah.
Conversation was 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So she's just like, wow, yeah, no, I'm trying to go ahead of these people was kind of pointless. I have to wait for him anyway. At least I'm not with them currently when they arrive. Yeah, I think that what she's going to do is she's going to make her way where she can see the entrance, but not be too close to it, so she could just watch the crowd's reaction.
Yup.
Because again, she wanted to be subtle and not associated with these people when meeting Eddie for his sake.
Give me a D20 roll.
14.
Okay. So you guys are about arriving outside this city here, but you're sort of, it's within eyesight. You're maybe like a 5-minute walk away. You can kind of see it. There's a caravan approaching the city. It's right side. You can see farther out, maybe like a 7-minute walk. You see the southern gate. Mel, you're in the center of the city. The blacksmith shop is at the northern side.
Mm-hmm.
Just a fun fact. There seems like there's entering at the western gate of Redwall. Redwall is about a town with 500, 700 people in it. So there are multiple dozen of houses here. So There's a development. It's big. It's not a village like Calicut. Calicut, you can walk through the entire thing in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. This one takes you about maybe 15 minutes to get through the entirety. There's a caravan in white roof, like white, like almost seems oak wood from what you can see. It's painted and it's adorned at the top of this carriage. Yeah, that's the roof, and there are red lacquer wood walls of this carriage, and along every support beam of this carriage is a black lacquer wood that comes along, and so red, white, black for the colors, and there's 2 horses up front, draped in sort of maybe like a black funeral cloth. Horses here, very familiar to Eddie's horse that he was riding, and there are gold tassels around the mouth, over the cloak, and alongside the sides of the horse's head. There's a crown actually on top of each horse, and the person standing there, you don't know who it is, it's too far to tell, is wearing black, some gold a little bit, kind of shines in the sun. And alongside the caravan are about 7 individuals in chains, and they're well clothed, but there are 2, but they are attached to the wagon at the top. There's a railing that you can't see. You assume there is,
right?
But along the carriage rails, and this caravan is slowly moving towards the city.
Iollus, with his limited experience with the world, actually, you know what? Would he have a concept of what a slave is? Because his first thought is, oh, these are prisoners. Yeah.
Not a concept of a
so
slave.
he sees that and is like, oh, they must have been arrested for something.
Mm-hmm.
So he finds that odd, and then, okay, well-dressed people, bright colors.
It seems they're well dressed. Like, it doesn't.
They're
not covered in shit. It's white shirt and pants. They're in chains around the neck, but their hands are free.
Are they all dressed the same?
All dressed the same uniform, man and woman.
Humans.
Humans. I can't say man and woman. There's men and women there, but you don't know that yet because you're too far away. So, but like their hands are free and everything, but it's just there is sort of like a chain around the neck, like sort of like a leather collar or something, maybe like that. Again, you can't see this at all, but this was happening. It's along the attached to the carriage. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. You see that as you're approaching the city gates. Can you roll me a D20?
15.
15. As you will notice that with Yophael seems to be more of a sentry guard, and Eve tends to ponder in her head a lot. She tends to be looked towards the floor, and so you would assume that maybe she's not too aware. However, Yophael does point out, "Hey, Iollus, do you know what that carriage is over there?"
I have not seen that vehicle before, but the dressing seems familiar.
I believe it's at least the core colors of the Vatican flag. Of the Holy Church. It's
the actual Vatican? Is it straight up the Vatican?
It is, yes, straight up the Vatican. It's different!
No,
but
it's not!
It's the same.
If you want it to be different, you gotta... I mean, I was about to say, if you want it to be different, give it a different name, but then again, we have Mecha Jesus, so I guess maybe not.
It is literally called the Vatican. So
right.
The Vatican is the holy city of the church, and these are their colors, at least the colors derived from the flag.
So that why do they have prisoners?
But there are archbishops responsible for crime and punishment of offenders of the law. Sometimes they are transported. It's up to the discretion of each archbishop, depending.
So these are criminals?
Yes, criminals of the law of where they've come from.
So why are they here?
Depending, each archbishop at the leisure within his diocese are allowed by the vicar a certain amount of freedom, and so some decide to take more of a personal approach towards judgment and execution. Some are more restrained.
So why are they here?
I don't know. Eve, can you tell me why there might be a archbishop carriage? I think that is at least. Well, it seems to be very fanciful for one. I can't imagine a mere priest running around in something like that, nor can they have. There seems to be convicts on the side there. So that maybe they're here for some personal endeavor that the perhaps archbishop isn't going through?
Let us go talk to them.
So you guys enter the southern entrance, or do you actually walk around the border of the city?
Iollus starts walking towards them because he has not realized that Eddie isn't there yet, so he's still trying to buy Mel time.
Okay.
So Iollus just starts.
Well, I mean, we assume he isn't there. He might be, but we haven't found him yet.
Yeah, Iollus assumes that Mel is talking with Eddie right now.
Yeah.
So he starts walking toward. He is also curious. Would you have heard of the church? At this point, they sound pretty widespread.
This is the first you're hearing of them.
Okay, so he's curious.
If you're curious,
Eve
seems to know a lot, and it seems like Yophael is speaking because he knows Eve very well.
He also doesn't know what a church is, so
organized religion.
He assumed, like, okay, in the context, that sounds like a country clan. He's thinking like, clan, country.
Okay.
So he's coming over and he's gonna start asking questions.
Good to know. So you guys as you guys starting to walk, you do realize the carriage is moving also a little fast.
Moving to intercept.
Are you moving intercept? You start to realize that you guys are going to start to move more of a fast pace in order to catch it before it enters the city. Are you guys waiting for it to enter the city, or are you trying to intercept it?
You know what? He'll also break into a jog. He's not going to sprint after this thing, but
I suppose we may run. Seems to be no armed guard.
Why would that be a concern?
I mean, it's running. I don't know much, but at least I imagine important people deserve important protections. I don't know. It's more of an intuitive thing.
What is disconcerting about 3 armed people suddenly running towards you?
There is a lot. But let's go. It should be a fine. Archbishops, they're elected for... Well, Eve, can you speak more about that?
He raises a hand.
Yes, what is it, Iollus?
What is elected?
Elected is just another word to describe someone who's appointed or chosen.
Okay, second question. No, more of a statement. That was an attempt at humor. I did just want to make it clear.
It's okay, Iollus. I appreciate it. There's a little smile cresting across her face.
I am still learning.
Oh, it's all right. We have a lifetime to learn.
We are losing some. We should speed up.
All right, sounds good to me. Yeah, let's. I have some questions of my own. I
Yeah,
think my information is.
We power jog.
You guys power jog. You guys get there in a hot second. As you approach the carriage, you meet a few dozen feet outside the city.
Yeah.
The door swing open to the carriage, and roll me a perception check.
Okay, I love doing them.
Not the door, a window on the carriage drops down.
What do I have? +1.
That is a 18.
Nice.
18. Any plus anything?
Eagle eyes. That's what.
Yeah,
that is, +1.
Okay.
I rolled a 17. He is +1.
Roll me another d20. 2 more.
13. 3.
You don't. Someone looks at you from the porthole. You don't really know who it is.
He waves.
Waves. Portal goes up.
Okay.
The carriage speeds up a bit.
What is it? Okay, he speeds up. If once he sees
now,
that they saw
the
him,
the guards that during the actually western entrance, there seems to be more like a squadron of guards here, especially due to the nature of the there are four guards on each of the carriage that walk out, couple paces between each one, and so you get there, you're within like 50 feet of them, but the guards
Still
are already
waving.
before, and then so the guard turns around and like, halt, push no further. We have special guests arriving. You must restrain yourself.
Yes.
You may find them inside the city and approach them there, but as of right now, we must ensure safe passage.
Into the walls?
Yes, the carriage is moving inside the walls, indeed.
Okay. We will wait.
You may wait for a bit, and armed guard will escort you in, and you may see them there. The carriage is 8 people total is around the carriage, and the group of people on the side of the carriage. This is where you see all the details of the carriage as well.
Right. I observe.
Very pretty carriage. Roll me an intelligence check.
That's flat for you, I believe.
Yeah, I believe.
So negative.
Wow, 19.
19.
Those horses look exactly like Eddie's horse did.
He's going to make note of that, and
Like-
he's going to be confused.
Exactly in terms of
The
how they're
horse that
dressed,
Eddie,
or
the
like
horse is dressed.
okay,
There's a crown
not
on top,
like
which is weird.
clones.
But
or
no,
anything.
it looks so. The horse is how the horse is dressed, and sort of the color theming. There seems to be sort of a color matching to sort of the threads that Eddie was wearing.
I was about to say, is the outfit the same of what Eddie was wearing?
You didn't see inside the carriage.
No, the guy outside.
The guy outside. So the guy outside does seem indicative of the dress that Eddie was wearing, but to a lesser degree. There's not as much gold on it, and there's not as much gold on it. There's no red, so it's mostly just a gold trimming alongside. There's a hood, and it drops off past the shoulders. Gold lines the shoulder part, and then it's black down to the bottom near the ankle heel.
Right.
And then there's a white cloth that travels down between the legs. Eddie was wearing exactly that, except on the hood there was a golden stripe here.
Okay,
there was a white concurrent stripe here, and there was white and red alongside, just a couple inches above the gold line, and there was actually a gold cape.
So I can
filigreed cape along the back of his robes.
I can put together that
This is
same kind of people.
adjacent,
Yeah.
not exactly what he was wearing.
Okay, no, but you said it's the same outfit, but
I should
different.
say it's the same outfit, but there's less to it.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a better way to put it.
I was just gonna say the thing that set off the heretic alert last session is that you described Eddie, and Jophiel and Eve were like, "Oh wait, that's like what our religious figures are dressed like, but evil."
I said that you described what Eddie was doing, and you described what the religious figures were that Eve knew. So what Eve understands from last session, at least how I've understood it, is that there is a religious figure who's dressed appropriately. There's no rival, antecedent faction to the
Okay.
church that she's recognizing. She's recognizing that what the person is doing in the church robes is wrong according to how you guys described it.
Right, because he's evil and
So
doing evil things.
What do you guys understand? What do you guys currently understand as to how you describe that to Eve? So what
Neither
was
of us definitely would
inside
have
the
described his clothes, right?
inside the cultist cave? What were you describing? What was happening to the people that you believe that you said that Eddie?
I think word
was
for word.
overruling?
We said they were capturing people and storing their blood.
Iollus certainly didn't
But, you know,
withhold any information.
I did not withhold anything.
Anyway, so you took the time to describe everything there, okay?
Everything of note.
Everything you know. So
What they were doing, why they were doing it, as far as we're aware.
Yeah.
okay.
Which is, they wanted to collect XP, basically.
Magical people.
Where did you guys learn that information from?
Eddie
Eddie told you guys. that
Eddie?
Yeah,
information,
I
right?
think Eddie told us that.
Eddie told us that, so we told them. Yeah, he's harvesting magic, strange people.
Okay, good to know.
And like, if we didn't, Iollus does now.
I know that now.
He knows that now.
No,
So
no,
you
I'm
guys
I'm saying if we didn't tell them that,
Oh,
then
yeah.
we're gonna do it
Yes.
now
He
to preserve the
eventually-
timeline.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I guess they just sort of loiter?
So you guys wait outside the armed. You guys wait outside the circle.
Right,
The armed
yeah.
guards are outside the carriage. They both envelop it and push it inside the city. Once it's inside, another quadrant takes place of it. So quadrant, I suppose it's where there's 4 people.
Right.
And so six of those people walk in with it. 2 guards stays outside the city gates.
And
Proceed forward. And you guys, all 3 of them, you guys all walk towards the gate. These seem a lot more heavily guarded than the other gates.
Right, yeah,
So
he's going to... So, why does this church have more protection?
The Vatican is an important trading ally and relationship to the Red Wall community. We believe that it's important to guard important members as well as ensure security of the people who travel here.
That actually makes sense. Protecting your trade allies. So he'll take that at face value.
This gate is actually not too popular. It's not too populated. It seems that the crowds here are a little different. If you look inside, you peep in. Maybe there's like people, maybe like 50 feet in. But there's no one. There's no like people 5 feet walking away from the gate, just sort of like passing to and fro. So there's no one. There's no community to watch you guys.
Well, we're about to.
But there are guards, and you guys. Do you guys try to go in or
Go in, right?
So, guard puts his hand out. Yours good sir, you're allowed in. Whatever the hell you are, they're staying outside. Ladies allowed in.
Why?
Just due to unfamiliar personnel and the security of the gate itself, we don't understand this. Give me a second. And he'll turn around, walk inside. There's a little station you see just behind the little gate.
Gillis turns around.
Guy
and
comes
like,
out. There's a person with a sort of a metal. All the guards here have sort of like cloth and like leather armor. Person comes out. There's a leather helmet, except there's a little plume at the back of his head. And he sort of looks at them. Yeah, you definitely should have grabbed me for this. I don't know what the fuck this guy is. So,
Gillis turns around and like big shrug at.
so
Yophael.
this guy, Yophael is 9 feet tall.
Yeah, so
He's
he's
huge, colossal. Good creature, can you understand me? This is the captain talking. He's a little way shorter, like, and Yophael talks. Good creature is a rather strong start to a conversation. My name is Yophael. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry we are not too acquainted. I am a treekin. And he puts his hand out. It is this literally the size of a dinner plate. Huge. The guard will put his hand out. Forgive my skepticism. If you don't mind, I would like to refrain from physical contact. Do you...
Man, the guards here are chasers and racist.
I'm unfamiliar with Treekin. Do you guys describe where you're from for me?
this guy.
The what? He'll like look to his right. Do you say that audibly out loud?
Yeah,
Okay.
this guy.
Yophael, would you mind describing what the sky means to me? You seem to be made of tree bark. You obviously dress well, and I believe you're presentable. I just want to understand who I'm letting inside the city. And can you please explain the sky part that your compatriot here has mentioned? Well, the sky is primarily something that It's hard to describe. However,
Iollus turns over and is just fixing him with a stare, just like, all right, motherfucker, your turn. Yeah, it's your turn now.
I come from... You'll stand there.
I come
audibly.
in peace.
There really is no good way to say this, is there? So I fell from the sky because I was originally thrown into the sky, and I come from somewhere very far away. I believe you might die in your lifetime before you even reach there. So there's some...
Which this is news to Iollus
tall
too.
fable as to where I'm from. I can assure you that where I do come from, there are not many of me. We don't have much trade. We don't talk to anybody, actually. No one visits because we're nowhere to be found. I'm a unique case. You may question me, interview me, but I can't speak much more of my origins or how I've gotten here. I don't.
Because to go into the city, so we do actually have business in, sir.
You're only allowed inside if you allow us 2 armed guards to escort you through the city and be with you at all times. Does this sound acceptable?
I don't mind.
Yes, you say yes. And then the guy, Raphael, indeed, it seems acceptable to me. Just make sure you don't get between me and my fair miss here, and therefore will put a hand at the back of her. And sounds good to me, alright. And then the guard will look at both of them, and will with a weird, his eyes will widen, like as if to say, don't fuck this up. A little bit. And they'll stand a little straighter, and they'll march. And you guys are allowed into the city with 2 new friends.
2 new friends.
Both at the back of Raphael and to the left of Raphael.
That went smoother than I thought it would, honestly.
Well, I mean, they're not too racist. They're just skeptical of the alien.
They just don't like other people.
Alien. 9 foot tall, giant...
Wooden elephant.
Wooden leaf bucket hat, vest wearing, pant wearing...
Well, that's why. They think he's a
giant
hipster. They don't want his sword in this town.
With,
So, yeah, no, Iollus wants to, find those guys, because that's kind of a lead. So he's gonna march straight right back to the carriage. And,
Yeah, so the carriage is actually into it. The wall, the gate you pass in through, there's actually, it seems to be some of our guard quarters. There's a lot more guards here. There's really no one else. But then you walk a couple more paces forward, and then there's another wall, and then that gate opens up, and it's actually a smaller one. Raphael dips down onto one knee, scooches forward, and then stands back up again to fit through this gate.
Iollus has the strange sensation of not being the tallest person in the group and being okay with that. But yeah, no, he's trying to looking through the crowd, trying to find those people.
So you guys are inside the city now, a lot more busy. And everyone has stopped in a 25-foot radius to look at Raphael for a couple seconds.
Yet again.
The guards will be like, so one of them stepped forward, pay no mind, pay no mind, marry on your way. And so they'll start to walk forward and move a little bit, and there's still some heads over their shoulders. You guys leave the group.
Iollus is trying to find them.
So the carriage is there's actually a main road through Redwall, and it goes into the square. And so once you find the square, the carriage, you maybe I'm kind of 5 minutes ahead of you. It's a straight shot. You can see it because it's really tall, 14 feet tall.
Big
you see it
carriage
above the heads, and so you have to make it through a crowd of people in order to get there first.
He'll be polite about it, but he's trying to make his way forward. He doesn't want to lose these guys.
So Raphael will slowly tremble behind you. Rumble behind you is a better way to put that. And you guys walk slowly with looks being cast, now less on you.
Not on me. Glad he's here.
Monkey, and on the guy there.
So kind of taking advantage of the fact that everyone's staring at him, and yeah, Iollus is just cutting his way.
Do you separate from Eve and Raphael?
Not too far.
Too far, maybe 30?
Yeah, not more than 20 feet away. But he's forging ahead.
So you're still at your shot.
Yeah. So he pushes his way towards the carriage.
Can you give me what's your passive perception?
Great question.
It's 12, isn't it?
Probably.
Refresh me on your sheet here.
Different music, maybe?
Yeah, something a little bit more lively or something a little bit more busy. There seems to be a lot more people in the city than previously with Redwall. With the transition of like sort of like the weather wear, it seems like maybe there's some more people here, perhaps for the winter.
11 is my passive perception.
And then your passive perception is 10.
Oh, I'm doing things too?
What's your wisdom modifier?
-1.
9.
Great.
So you guys don't notice this, but Yophael, you do not notice this either. Never mind.
Not looking at him.
No more dialogue.
I am walking towards the carriage.
So you guys are walking towards the carriage. You guys meet up, moving through the crowds. There is a lot. There's the carriages there, stationed. The horses are there. There's water for the horses, and the horses there. You can't see the eyes or anything, and there seems to be maybe thinner fabric where the eyes should be. But there, as the fabric drapes down, there is the nose of the horse. They're actually white stallions. So, but they're actually drinking water out of 2 buckets, and they're tied to the stables at the center of the city for these really important officials. The carriage is there. There are 6 guards around the carriage. The people aren't there. The individuals that were previously leather collared to the thing.
Prisoners.
And the door is currently shut, and there's no one there either.
Big ol' just stride right up to one of the guards. Hello!
Hello there. Please don't touch the carriage. How can I help you?
I have no intent. Hello! I have some questions.
We'll see what we can ask your questions.
I was going to. Who do you work for?
They're all sort of like an eyebrow will raise.
Don't rock me.
The city? Why?
So then you work for this city.
Standard
yes?
city guards. The guards do look, they are part of the city guard here.
Yes. So who are these people?
These members of the church from the Vatican.
Where is this?
A month's journey away.
In what direction?
Towards the eastern coast of Avalon Zanor.
What is this church?
It's the Church of Holy Selioim.
What is a church?
Church, it's a term describing the building that worships primarily the religion that is devoted. I should have one of these guys describe this to you, honestly. That is.
I would like that, would they?
I don't know.
Could you knock?
Yo, Gary, what's the church? The guy on the other side of the carriage. They worship Selioim. Yeah, fucking duh. But like, what does it mean? It's the building they do it in. Works for me, man.
This Selioim?
It's the goddess of the church.
Iollus gives him a hard stare.
Do you not know what a goddess is?
No.
Yo, Gary, he doesn't know what a goddess is. Yeah, it's sort of ha! And then there's some chuckles here to the left as well.
Zero reaction.
Iollus, and then as Eve and Yophael come up, Eve sort of placating Yophael. Yophael, listen, you don't have to get upset about it. Sometimes people, you and everyone else is made of skin, but you're made of tree bark, and so I'm sorry people are touching you, but it's not so important.
Touching his wood?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I really don't like it. That one lady shouldn't have touched me there.
Yeah, touching his wood.
Sorry. But they walk up behind you, and they sort of hear what your conversation is.
I can't believe Sierra exists in this setting.
She sneaks her way every. Hey,
Looking for Tree Daddy.
Where they are, she will follow.
Looking for Tree Daddy.
So
Iollus, sorry, I realize you're asking questions.
What is a goddess?
Goddess, it is a deity of
What
feminine
is a
deity. Deity is a powerful individual who has some form of transcendental nature. Nature is describing who you are as a person, and and some of the things you can do. Like your nature is, you walk on the earth, you grab things with your hands, you're kind, you're loving, you're caring. You're limited to a mortal man.
Stop it!
And there's also, with transcendental means, upon your normal life, we're all succumb to, and a goddess or deity will transcend this. Perhaps they can see across the whole earth, or maybe they can make things and disappear with
Iollus thinks of a certain
nowhere,
few people.
and they cast strange things you don't understand with no real mechanism at all, or some things that are generally beyond maybe mortal understanding.
Iollus makes a note in his mind that will have terrible consequences later when he asks Mel if she's a goddess. But then...
Are you asking about Celiobim?
Yes, and there are peoples that worship them.
Yeah. So Celiobim is our holy mother. She is our goddess of the church. And...
Have all one mother?
Yes, that's part of the core doctrinal statements of the church. We can sit down and talk about this if you so desire.
So Iollus doesn't really strike me as the type to like internalize every little detail. So I don't know if you want to withhold this memory from him, but like Eve has stated that she was, I don't know if she said like made or just that she is in the image of her goddess, like
Right.
directly.
He thought that word meant mom.
Goddess?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because everyone kept saying, like, made in the image of, like, we all, like, pay reference to. And he was like, oh, yeah, it's the clan mother.
No. Okay.
But now he's trying to figure that out. But all of that aside, he sort of sorts through that and then looks back at the carriage and... So, why does your mother have prisoners?
Well, part of being a mother is love, and part of love is justice. And with justice comes good and evil. So when people choose good, things work normally. Peace, love, and abundance flow. When people choose evil, destruction, disunity, and scarcity flow. And so when people are imprisoned, it's generally because they do evil acts against our law. And evil must be punished because it cannot reign.
So why are they here? We are brought back. He'll turn to the guard. Why are they here?
That's not for us to understand. The Archbishop may do what he will.
So you don't know.
The guard will move his head forward like you're a dumbass.
It would take very many fewer words just to say that.
It's one of those things where he looks at you like non-audio medium. Whenever someone looks in your eyes and they kind of push their head forward and like lower it to like look at you.
He's gonna take his helmet off and just stare at him.
They like the Queen's Guard will just start to stare forward again and ignore you.
Just so they know that he's like, hey, hello, I am an orc. Hi.
He'll look at you and it sort of just, you'll see his right eye will twitch.
I wonder if Mel is having more fun.
meanwhile, I will say also, like, since they took their sweet ass time to get here, and then they got like held up at the door. This is
You
probably
guys are
gonna go like 30 minutes back into the past.
So
Unless she literally just waits at a curb for 30
You get
minutes.
to describe the next 50... What you've been doing when you exit the shop with your new cloak.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for the next 15 minutes? Because 15 minutes have passed since we stopped with you.
Okay.
And we've gone 15 minutes ahead in the future with these people here.
Mel is kind of not used to being in towns. She tries to avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she's probably going to find like an alleyway between two houses that can like obscure her.
How long...
And just like she can look out and just sit and wait and just like try and spot Eddie or these guys. I guess she probably watches the carriage arrive.
At what minute marker do you duck between houses that are way taller than you and limit your line of sight?
Probably pretty much immediately. Like she gets out, she's like, all right, I guess back to waiting.
Do you, outside the blacksmith shop, you have to walk through a couple of pathways. The houses are maybe like 15 feet in height.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really see over them. There's no real pathway towards anywhere for you to like keep watch. So if you're trying to keep watch for people, you're very limited to sort of whatever like.
In that case,
back
I think she's
alleyways.
going to go to an alleyway. Wait for no one to watch. Wait, like sit down, get herself settled, make sure there's like no one behind her or whatever. She's in like one of those alleyways that doesn't go all the way through, but it's like sort of like a
corner
cutout, right?
Okay.
And she'll just wait for no one to watch, and then she'll just send the eye up and like rest it on a roof and have it basically just lighthouse.
Where you're at right now, there is a wooden wall, tall, and there's wood lined along it. So it's the city gate you would recognize. Do you still rock with that?
Probably not. She doesn't want to get she doesn't want to guard.
It's not the gate. It's the city border wall.
Okay.
So
there aren't any,
it's not an opening gate. It's a border wall. There is 2 walls. There's a pathway on the top of the wall as if you would like a guard wall. If you want to make a perception check, you can see if it's clear.
Yeah, I guess. Because, like, she doesn't want it to a guard to accidentally blunder into her floating eye.
Gee, what the fuck?
Starts hitting him with it. Go to sleep, go to sleep.
That is a 7.
How fast did we agree that your eye can move again?
Same pace as her.
Same pace as her. Yeah.
So if I double move, it's 60.
Double move is 60 in a round. 6 seconds. 60 feet, 6 seconds.
60 feet in 6 seconds.
Which means 10 feet per second. Which means
10 feet a second.
1, 2. That would hurt. That whacked you upside the head. We'd have to make a roll to see what that does. But that would hurt. I'll just say that. So you would, for your reference, if you double dashed your eye into somebody, you can make a contested push throw.
Yeah, she wouldn't want to risk it. That eye is so important.
Yes. So do you actually look to see if anything's around you, or do you make a perception check?
Yeah, I roll a 7, but like she wants to put it in a place that like no one would see, obviously. Just like common sense. Unless
you roll a 7, you can't really
something.
See. You try to like crush your eye up to look, but like you sort of realize that like the more you take your eye out of the shadow, the more it shines. So you start to put it up, and like it starts to sparkle more as it gets more in the sunlight. There's no real way. You're afraid you're gonna get watched if you try to put it up.
Well, she could always try and like I don't have a spell for this, but she could try and like have it continuously pull in light.
You could minor illusion it to be a large bird.
I mean that works too, I suppose. I was just more thinking like I go full black hole with it.
What do you like a black, unidentifiable object the size of a basketball that just decides to float?
Yeah, if it's resting on a roof, a weird black dot is less weird than a glowing purple eye. Like someone could point at that and be like, "What the fuck is that?" Instead of, "Hey, identifiable object."
Roll me a d20.
You want me to roll Arcana, maybe?
No, just give me. This is for me, the DM.
11. Not very polarizing.
So, what do you do specifically with this interesting black dot that you know?
Basically, she just puts it. She like perches it like a little bit behind a where the fucking what's it called? When the thing that catches rain on roofs.
Gutter.
Yeah, just like a little bit behind a gutter, so it can just like peek down like on the top of a roof and like scan.
So at the top of a roof would be allowed you to see at the top of the wall, of the guard wall.
Okay.
So the walls don't. I should say the walls don't extend at roof level.
Mm-hmm.
So you would be able to see. You can't see the walkway of the guard wall pathway while your ball's on top of the roof, but you will be able to see like a 6'12" body standing on top of that guard pathway on the wall. You don't see anybody on the guard wall right now within 45.
All right. Yeah, she'll just keep it scanning, and like if someone shows up, she'll hide it. Like if someone starts walking.
Okay, so there's clear now. What are you doing with the eye immediately to keep watch? Are you just watching the wall? Are you doing anything else?
I mean, she's keeping an eye on the wall in like intervals so she doesn't get caught, but she's mostly just trying to scan the crowd and find.
Good. You see, maybe like 100 feet away, there's a carriage center of the thing.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the big commotion thing, she'll take a look at it, especially if the horses look familiar.
Yeah, the horses look familiar for sure.
We need to find Edward Didderdans.
You also see this is like minute 3. You see a carriage entering the gate. Actually, it's not in the center of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just at the western gate, and it's sort of entering. Everyone's along the sides of the street watching, almost like a parade, sort of filing. That's what you see so far. That's it. You've got like 12 minutes left, and do you just watch this for the next remaining time?
Yeah, so she doesn't...
It's a very important carriage looking.
Yeah, she's really just trying to stay low-key and find him without drawing too much attention to herself, since that was like basically the only instruction he gave her. Which is just, hey, meet me there, be low-key. But also she realizes she's early, so she's kind of just resigned herself to waiting for 2 hours.
Fine.
So unless something significant changes
over
in
the
her
course of the
surroundings.
next 15 minutes, this is what you observe. The carriage gets to the center of the city.
Mm-hmm.
You find that there are people that come alongside the carriage, as described to Iollus, same way. And there is a person who's on top of the carriage, steps off, opens the door, and an individual that opens the door that you see swing open, but due to the side that the door is on, you don't actually get to see who walks out the door because you can't see the doorway.
Sure.
It's on the other side of the carriage. But there is an individual that steps out, looks strangely familiar to Eddie's robes. You're more you can roll a few more details. But
Yeah, she'll roll perception, just because, like...
give me a perception check.
Number one, it's like, oh, hey, like, this
Let's
guy...
see if your character gets the same details that he gets.
Sure. This is, yeah.
Right now, at least.
You said perception, that's a 13.
Looks familiar to Eddie's gown and clothes.
Can I roll, like, an insight? Because, like, it looks like Eddie, but also he said, hey, try and stay low-key, and this is the opposite of low-key, so, like, it's probably not Eddie. Can I try and figure that out?
Insight into the individuals walking?
Yeah, like, basically, like,
So
hey, like, what is going on?
You wait another minute, and this individual steps out, and the people who now have collars attached, there's this process. Individual still looks like Eddie's robes. The collars now get swapped from now 7 collars attached to the carriage. There's now each collar attached to the person in front of them. And the person in the front. What's your insight check?
3!
Don't really get anything into the demeanor of what's going on here. Don't really see anything low-key about it. Doesn't seem like anybody's trying to be low-key about anything. Just seems like somebody's just trying to unhook their captured individuals and move along the merry way.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're observing the situation.
Yeah.
So as this happens, these people move to the... I got my east and west confused. The east gate is the merchant one. So,
Okay.
So you're observing the center of the square. The caravan comes in from the east. Redacted, horrific. I mean, it's just a small nitpick thing. It's just how the map works.
Sure.
Now the people in the center, with the 7 people sort of captured, the individual that kind of has Eddie's robes. There's 2 individuals that sort of kind of have Eddie's robes. One of them has like actual like very, very close, almost you think. As time moves on, give me another perception check.
God, Mel, come on. 6.
So the guy who has the...
She's getting bored.
So the guy who has his hands on like the slaves has like more colors on his robes. And they're walking towards the west of the city. Actually, they're walking down there, down the city streets. And they sort of disappear. Around minute 10, you see what might be Iollus. Give me another perception check.
That is a 12.
So you see Iollus sort of stroll in to talk to the guards.
You see that fiasco.
Iollus is Strollus. And sort of, it seems like he's having a conversation with the people outside the carriage. There's guards there. And around minute 12, a lumbering elephant comes in that you observe as well, along with a pretty white and bronze armored, pretty white wedding dress, bronze armored lady with him. There's 2 guards aside from Iollus, and they're both walking together at the cart.
Oh yeah, you see that we picked up some friends.
And over the next 3 minutes, up to where we're now, the timeline is synced. They're having a conversation. What do you do?
Could I roll stealth to blend into the crowd? instead of like deliberately trying to hide myself in like a sneaky way, but can I like roll stealth to be subtle?
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Basically,
Maybe
she's kind of I think she just kind of wants to like tail them without being noticed, and just like.
So you can see where they went.
Yeah.
For sure. You have a good direction of that. You said you're not familiar with cities. Give me a survival check.
Well, yeah, that. She's
Give me a rough idea.
She's not familiar with above ground cities.
Yes.
Oh,
so I'm
boy.
saying this determines how well you navigate through the city to track them down and how quick you get there.
24.
Damn.
So you get there in about a minute as you weave through people. Give me another stealth check with disadvantage, just due to the nature of Mel.
Isn't she good at stealth though?
Mel is good with stealth in terms of stats. It's just that Mel's also completely her uniform and dress wear is not familiar to anyone around here. It's also studded leather armor, and she's got all your crystals are hidden, correct? All your crystals are hidden, correct?
Yeah.
You've got
Hood is
you've
up.
got a hood on. Hood's up.
Yeah.
So she's also looks like a weird hooded figure who's unidentifiable.
With disadvantage, that is a 21.
21.
Jesus.
So you manage to actually weave through the crowds fairly effortlessly, not knocking anything over. Everything's fine. Make your way through. There's some eyes who catch you a little bit, but nothing bothers you. You get to there very quickly. You find yourself on more the residential side of the city, and you see the individual. You now get closer. How close do you want to get to the people you're trailing? Because it seems there's a lot more houses and homes and plants and pets on this side of the city.
I feel like remembering that these people like wear like a face mask, where it's like a mask that looks like a face, right?
Yes, at least Eddie did.
Do these people wear that?
The guards or the guy who's with Eddie?
The guy.
The guy. So, the guy is not. You do see that there's a face mask on one of the archbishops.
Okay. She's going to get as close as she can, so that she can start to read the guy's lips. And she's going to try and stay near alleys, so that even if she gets spotted, she could just duck into one.
So you see that the caravan stops right outside a house, and the person in all the colors looks exactly like Eddie's clothing does.
Okay.
It's you. It doesn't take a lot of reasoning for you to determine that this is Eddie.
Okay.
Or
Does that person with all the colors, do they have their face covered?
yes, they have their face covers, but like your first, I should say this better. Your first instinct is that this guy looks literally exactly like Eddie, and I've never seen anyone else like him before. So my first thing in mind is this guy. So,
But can she see his face?
no, you can't. So
Yeah.
it's unconfirmed.
Yeah, she's so the big thing for her is the fact that like he said, hey, be subtle, be
right.
sneaky, and then this guy, you know,
But you
fucking
are early,
yeah, well,
so he might be fucking around.
who knows?
We'll see.
Yeah, she's keeping an eye on him and trying to read the other guy's lips.
All right. So the other guy says, yes, nods his head, stays outside, and the caravan is the leash of the caravan of individuals is handed to the guy sitting outside, and the man on the colors with the mask on goes inside the house. Actually, there's a little red and white banner, and then there is a black semicircle at the top of the banner, and there is a line at the bottom crescent of the semicircle down with at the middle of the line here. The shape is this. It's a black cup down the straight, and then there is a line in the middle of it, and there is a red in the middle, and then white perimeter of the banner here, and it's a triangle cut at the bottom.
Interesting.
This is hanging off the front of the house like a flag, and this individual steps in and closes the door of this home abode. It looks like this home looks like everyone else's.
Just need to check something real quick. Oh no, I already spent that. Damn. I could.
Spent what?
Invisibility.
Oh
I could do it again if I spent some of my other resources, but I probably shouldn't. Yeah, she's just gonna survey them for a second, see if anything changes over the course of the next like 2 minutes.
Nothing seems to change.
and the carriage is still there. It's parked outside.
So the carriage is not outside this house.
Okay.
They walked for about 6-ish minutes.
All right, so they parked the carriage where they are.
They parked
and
the
then
carriage in
walked.
the center of the city. They walked west into the city to the residential area for like 5.5, 7 minutes. They're a couple hundred paces away from the center of the city.
How do I want to approach this? The house, I assume they're just like. Do they have glass windows? Do they make glass here? Is that a thing yet?
No glass windows.
How are the windows made then?
The windows has there's shutters. So it's wooden shutters. So that pretty much when you want the window open, you will open up your shutters, and you want it closed, you close your shutters.
Makes
and
sense.
If it's winter time, you know that there is a cloth that they'll tuck underneath the shutters and over top of it. They'll wrap it around.
Mel, can I make a big circuit around the building and approach it from the other side and try and peek in through the shutters on the other side of the building?
Get me a
Probably not a stealth check, right?
Give me a stealth check without disadvantage. Since you're not planning on blending in it. There's no more people here to really blend in with.
Sure.
So if you just decide
Yeah,
to
this is
stealth
actually
normally,
just sneak time.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a normal stealth.
Yeah, it's an 11.
You want me d20?
I got an 11.
I know you gotta do it.
Oh, okay, roll another one. Natural 1.
Damn.
We love to see it.
Well, not checking that stat sheet. So, yeah. The house is right on the edge of a level change, actually. So, there is a flow of water behind the house that travels behind the house, and it seems like it loops. It's the first stream you've seen running through the city, but you recognize it as one of the streams that come outside. You think you know what it is. You saw it crossing on horseback here once, entering the city from California.
Okay.
It seems like it cuts across the city here, and then so you manage to find a bridge a couple dozen feet away from the house, cross over, bring over, and then you
How urban?
roll me athletics. What do you say?
How urban is it? Like, is it like this is cement and there's water going over the perfectly, or is it just like this is dirt and we built a town around it?
It's dirt and there's a river going through it,
Okay.
and they built a wooden bridge, and all the floor on this town is also dirt. So but you walk on the other side of the river bank, basically. There's there's like a couple houses on the side, but you make an athletics check for me
To
see if you can jump across this river bank to meet it to his house.
could I just wade across?
Wade across? You can wade across.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
She wades across, and all of the rainwater, it just right off her.
Okay. So, yeah, you wade across, and you make it there. You climb up. You climb up a little bit. Give me.
She's actually used to swimming.
Give
honestly.
me an athletics check.
Okay, more athletics. That is a 7.
So you have to finger hold your way up to where the shutter is, because it's tall. It is a raised house.
You have said before that
It
if
does
I
look-
wanted to, for a brief amount of time, I could levitate by holding my eye.
So maybe that's how to do it.
Yeah, I think she's just gonna grab onto it and just.
So you're actually holding on to it.
But
you
obviously
never-
beforehand, she's gonna look around, make sure no one's watching, and then.
Yes. Looking
Elevator.
into the shutters, you see the stove is on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a single house cell unit. So the stove, the bedroom. The bedrooms are separate, and then the common area with the stove, and the sitting area and the talking area is another room. You're looking into the bedroom, but you have a line of sight through the doorway into the common room, and you see there's boiling pot stove. There's a woman, blonde hair, darker Caucasian, more caramelly, and then Olive is a better way to put that. Yes, olive skin, and then there is a fair baby in her left hand. There's an auburn, reddish brown hair.
Okay.
And there is a child, maybe. Human children age differently than drow kids. You don't know how old he is, but he's about 1.5 feet tall.
Okay.
And then another child is about 3.5 feet tall. And then, and this one, 3.5 feet tall, obviously looks more developed, older. Kids each have sort of more auburn hair, except for the eldest one, who has blonde hair, dirty blonde, and it does maybe a little slick black, blue eyes, and it also has olive toned skin.
Okay.
You don't see where the individual is at. However, the kids are all centered around somebody who's outside of your line of sight.
Can I move to a different window to get a better view?
Didn't you
Yes,
roll on your stealth?
He rolled a nat 1 on his observation, so give me another stealth check.
I thought that was your stealth. I kept waiting for something to go wrong.
Just a 10.
Just a 10? Alright. And can you give me another d20?
That's a 10 exactly.
10 exactly.
So if he has any modifiers...
Yes. You move along to the left of the window. And... it takes a couple seconds to get from the back, and the float on your eye, you try to float around.
Mm-hmm. Or, actually, what the fuck am I doing? Why would I float up with my eye? I could just send the eye up. That's how I see.
Yes. So, okay. Is that how you do it this time, then?
That's how I would have done
Oh,
the first time. It doesn't really
okay.
make sense to do it any other way.
You get to the other window, and you immediately notice the figure. You see them, and it's got mask off.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, it looks like someone you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So, but it's got the exact same robes
Mm-hmm.
as the Eddie met on the road. And you'll see, but however, his eyes do flick up to look at the window exactly where your eye is.
Mm.
He sees you. So, and he's
Lowers. And Mel is going to vacate the premises as quickly as possible now that she's confirmed that this is not him.
Mm-hmm.
And probably go... Where am I in the city right now? You said I was on the west end?
So you're on the west end of the city right now, residential area. You're literally a hop skipping away from the outer wall of the city. So you can basically jump over the riverbank, run 15 more feet, and then you can touch the border wall of the city.
She probably wouldn't want to leave, though. I think she's probably going to actually go... At this point, she's like, all right, this is kind of stupid. Whatever. I'm gonna go back to my old post. She's gonna probably go south, back to where... Because that's the entrance, right?
Okay.
The main entrance? Yeah, she's gonna dip. Do you want me to roll to do that quickly?
Roll another survival check.
Survival. She's bad at those. That's a 6.
6. You're not as good as finding your way through the city anymore. It looks like it inverted on you. So now it's like the wood looks different. So you really don't understand like where you're at anymore. Maybe there's some like weird sun bleaching if you're entering from east to west of the city, and reverse sun bleaching if you're going from west to east of the city. But you don't really unfamiliar with anything. You have to slowly make your way around alleyways, and you head in a direction that ends up being the north side. So you see the blacksmith again.
Okay.
But then you sort of double back and double forward into sort of what you now understand to be where you're at. This takes roughly about 15 minutes, in addition to the already would take about 10 minutes beforehand. Do you just keep perched there?
Back to where I was sitting, yeah, just where I have a good view of the town.
You do understand that Iollus and Jophael and everyone else is in the center square right now.
They also have 2 guards watching them.
Yes. So
if they were not there, I would have reconvened, but she does not want to deal with that.
okay. So and then you perch up where you were.
Yeah.
All right. 25 minutes total there.
Meanwhile,
After harassing the guards
Couple
and
minutes.
you took like a cursory look around to see if you could find where they went.
Right. Don't really know.
Yeah, you kind of gave up on that and decided, well, we don't have anywhere else to be, so he decided to go to the most densely populated area.
You are the most densely populated area.
Well, I guess
You
then
travel 15 feet to your left and get to sort of thing, maybe the market stalls, where there's a lot more people.
somewhere that Yophael can stand and not be run into.
Which would be outside the city. Yeah, so Yophael is
Less of a roadblock.
Okay, so Yophael stands within the city's circle
Right.
in the center of the pity, just a couple feet outside the. So you feel stands just outside the city carriage. Not many people bumping into him. People are really standing away from the guards.
Basically
Guards are telling
just-
people to keep away. Don't touch nothing.
Standing there waiting for Mr. Dandy to show himself.
And you do know that the carriage is empty.
Right.
And then Mr. Dandy. So it's about. It will be. So you guys are waiting for the next 25 minutes?
There's nothing else to do.
So there's nothing really happening in between that point. You just sort of see everyone standing at the center. You wait, looking at the center. You guys keep looking at this. You, Mel, keep looking at the group here, standing at the center of the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for something to happen where Eddie shows up?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your D20 roll.
13.
13. And then you said how often are you interval checking around you?
Basically, just scanning back and forth.
And then where's your? How can you see yourself right now? By your perspective, where's
Probably.
Mel at?
Yeah, probably like if she's like, I imagine it's like basically it's like a fucking like a survival horror sort of like camera pan, right? Where if like she's up, she can like look
So
down.
I thought Mel was in the alleyway
Yeah.
sitting, and then the eye is currently maybe 10 feet above her, looking around.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
So
eye,
like just like when it pans back at a certain angle, it can like spot her and then like goes off of her for like 2 seconds.
She has
and
a
then goes back.
CCTV going.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
roll me a d20.
10.
Make a charisma saving throw.
That's always fun to hear.
Okay. Oh, I think you got followed, my friend.
Luckily, I have pretty high charisma
For some reason.
somehow. That is a 13.
13, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Should I change the music?
Change the music to something a little bit more sinister, something more dramatic. Actually, make me an intelligence saving throw.
Should I just apply a different modifier to that same roll?
Just to apply a different modifier to the same roll.
I don't know why I said that. That's objectively bad for me. That's 9.
9. Your vision goes dark between your eye as you lose connection to your body, and you are in the dark.
That is terrifying.
You in about a.
She
six
can't-
sec-
she
roll me
can't
another.
feel-
Roll,
Like
roll me. You recognize something's grievously wrong with your body.
Uh-huh.
Something happened with your brain, where there was a very agonizing pain there. You
Where? In my
literally
head?
in your psyche.
Oh,
Give
you're getting
me-
psychic damage.
Can you?
Oh, fuck.
Can I? Let me find. What is that?
Can you roll me 7d6?
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, did you say 7d6?
Well, I guess Mel's just dead then.
I
Which
guess
like
Mel dies.
that's not like
That's not a joke.
that number one, it's not a joke. That's not that bad. Like given the campaign, her dying isn't like the worst thing in the world, but like
Holy
she's
shit.
not gonna make it out of this one unless I roll like a bunch of ones. You said 7, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's count them up. 4. You gotta add them for me, right?
Yep.
4, 1, 2, 1, 2. How many was that?
5, 6, 2 more.
2. I'm doing pretty well actually. 4. What is that?
16.
She is still up on 2 HP.
So there's a psychic scream in your head, and your energy saps out of you. In like 6 seconds, your connection to your eye restores. You're able to see again. You flick down to your body's gone.
Oh shit.
You don't know where you're at. Can you remind me about the range of your ability is? I'm sure your range I'm sure your mental connection to the range of your eye.
The eye is a mile.
A mile.
Yeah.
Good to know.
God, my body just being gone is so scary. I am going to immediately. What's the best one I should use here? What's the best?
Roll me a d20.
Can I take an action first, maybe, perhaps?
Oh yeah, this is just a DM thing. I'll
Yeah.
be rolling anyways.
3.
3. Okay.
Can you immolate?
No. I mean, if someone's next to me, this will deal them damage.
So say set yourself on fire. Oh wait, never mind. You're a drow. Don't
No.
do that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Not immolate, but I think she's gonna use one of Iolus's exhausted groan. She's going to use thunderclap and replay that sound of him going.
No, replay the intimidation roar he made
Yeah.
in the forest. That one.
Well, actually, no. That works too. Either way, she wants to replay Iollus being loud using thunderclap from her crystals.
Oh.
So basically, he can immediately identify, hey, that's Mel making my noise, and where is
That's
she?
me.
So Iollus making a thing. Okay.
And that's thunderclap, so let me just read that out. I make a burst of sound, which can be heard 100 feet away.
Okay.
Each creature other than you within 5 feet of you must make a con save, and if they fail, they take 1d6 thunder.
Give me a. Yeah, sounds good. Give me a d20.
That is 6.
6.
Which is probably a fail. Well, let's see. What's my DC? My DC is pretty low, actually.
You said a con save?
Yeah,
Yes.
con save. It has to beat 12. I rolled a 6.
Roll a d6 for me.
Nice. Take that, you bitch. Take 5 damage. Takes 5
Nice.
sonic damage. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna hold on. What is that? That doesn't have any. Yeah, that doesn't have any verbal components. Okay, I'm going to use. Oh man, I'm rapidly scrolling through my notes here because I'm only gonna have 1 turn left, or before I go down. I am going to spend a sorcery point to use Quicken Spell. Actually, that's 2. That's 2 sorcery points to use Quicken Spell, which lets me cast a second spell as a bonus action.
Is there anything additional to Thunderclap? Thundercrap.
Very different
Aside
spell.
from everything you mentioned, there's no stun effect, there's no pushback.
Let me double
You're
check,
definitely-
but I don't think. I don't think so. Doobadoo, boobadoo, fair then.
She gives him the tinnitus.
Tinnitus. Okay.
Oh fuck, where is it?
Because that's a sound you can hear 100 feet away.
Nope. Everything that I read out is the information. So basically, I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to immediately cast that spell again.
Oh!
Give me another d20.
They've definitely passed that one. That's a 19.
Okay.
Or not a 19. Yeah, no,
What happens on a failed save? What happens on a succeeded save against Thunderclap? Is it no damage or is it
nothing. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens? Okay. Cool.
But she makes the sound again.
Yeah.
Again. Okay. Iollus, give me 3. One of them is for Iollus.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a d20 roll. This is a perception check.
Ah, Iollus, come on, man.
Perception?
This is.
Am I 100 feet from it?
You are 100 feet.
I hear it because that's what the spell says.
You are 100. This is. You are not within 100 feet of this happening. However.
God damn, you move fast.
Yeah, really? Is this town not within?
The town, you would guess, is about
Wait, hold on.
600 feet in length total. 700 feet in length total.
How far was Mel from the group?
She was actively watching
Mel
them.
was about 200 feet away from the group.
Okay.
And then...
Well, you rolled a 2 on perception, so.
Okay.
And then one of them rolled 16, and one of them rolled 7.
I just, with the flavor of the spell, it's fucking thunderclap.
Yeah,
Yes.
I will say, within the logic of how we've established this, my range of sight would need to be within where they are if I was keeping an eye on them. And my range of sight is not 200 feet.
Well, you can... you're with an eye, you're able to... Well, a human eye can see several miles ahead
But she
of
was
them,
trying
but-
to keep track of us.
I'm just saying, there's a range of vision.
Describe it to me. So your eye was keeping track of and doing brief rotations around you and seeing your body, checking up. but you were keeping track of your town square to where you were out right outside the Blacksmith Shout, like you're
Right.
like 150, 200 feet away.
Yeah.
As a human eye can visualize from that distance.
Okay.
What are you saying right now?
Basically, I'm saying I think.
Why would she be that far away?
Yeah. Basically, I think what we're both saying is we assumed we were closer than we apparently were.
There is something going on here that Thunderclap would normally work under certain circumstances.
He might have dimension doored me
under
away.
these circumstances,
That's what I was.
it doesn't work.
All right.
Yeah, you're moving quick. So
At where we
on your own.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.